Okay, this is where we are on Saving Wendy. I believe this is episode 3. Maybe it's episode 4, I'm not sure, but I did take Wendy out. I put a little fuel in her and took her out in the backyard with some starter fluid, and she does fire. So that means my little repair of the kill switch is working. When they look this old and funky, I suspect the carburetor is bad. I was hoping it wouldn't be. I was hoping it would fire and run, but we're going to take the carburetor off and take a look at it. This mower really doesn't push because the front wheels and the transmission, I think, are torn up, so they catch and bind, and so I'm going to probably just turn this into a push mower. So I'm going to take these wheels off and remove the gears so that the wheels just rotate on the little axle spindle, just like they do in the back. You know, they just rotate. They're not pushing any gears or being driven by any transmission. I thought about changing this engine out to another nicer deck, but because of this riser, I might be able to do that. So you may end up at the end of this seeing this engine on another deck. But we'll see. I'm not sure yet what the final iteration of Wendy's going to be, but she does fire, and I think she's going to run. So let's go into the carburetor and see maybe why she's not running. That's what it did, which is pretty typical for a gummed up carburetor, is it fire off the starter fluid and then just die as soon as the starter fluid is burned up. So let's see if we can get something figured out here on Wendy. There's the carburetor area. This base plate does look great, so she's obviously been worked on. That's why I was hoping the carburetor might be okay. But that is remarkably clean under there. Amazing, really. Almost like it's new, but the primer bulb was pretty funky, so I don't think that it is. So to get this plate off, I've got a 5/16 socket. And we're going to get this carburetor off. There is fuel in the tank, so I'm going to have to address that in a few minutes. There's one. Oh, that was in there. Ooh, somebody's over-tightened these. There's 2. And I wonder, let me see if this thing even primes. No, it doesn't. And I did put fuel in it, so that might be why somebody has over-tightened this. Thinking if they just keep bearing down that it'll prime, but that is actually the wrong thing to do, because you end up misshaping this base. Yeah, it looks pretty funky up in there. The gasket for this stayed on the carburetor, which is pretty normal. And now I'm going to take this carburetor off and see if I can do it without making too much of a mess. And of course, the hose clamp is in the wrong position, which somebody put on there. Let me see if I can spin it. Nope. Need a little screwdriver. Got to get the hose clamp is in the way of trying to get to this 3/8 screw. All right, so that's loose. You loosen it some more. Okay, now it's definitely out of the way. There's one out. That one just came out really easy. And here is the next one. I'm going to try and save this gasket if I can. But They usually tear up when you try and remove them. Okay, so got that out of there. Now I could probably, this is a real skinny fuel hose. It's not standard. I can probably just grab that and tie it up there. So what I'm going to do is tighten this hose clamp back again, because I may take a wire or something like that to get the hose above the fuel level in the tank, so it doesn't leak everywhere. And to keep it there, I usually take a wire or something and tie it to the string or to the rewinder or something like that. And that's pretty loose. Let me snug it up again. What I'm doing is snugging up this hose clamp. There, okay, it just came out. All right. So now I'm going to take the throttle linkage off the top of the carburetor, push it through the little eye, and now I'm going to get my fuel line grabber. If you follow my videos, you know I usually take off the tank and the carburetor as a unit, but I'm going to try it a little different this time. Since this fuel hose is so small and wimpy, maybe I can, this is my fuel line grabber. There's two pieces of fuel hose on the end of the vice grips. And that'll grab that real good. So I'm going to grab the fuel line and pinch it shut. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can get this fuel line off of here. I have my little wire that I use to hang things with, like that. Ready to snag this and pull it up above the level in the fuel tank. So let's see if this comes off very easy. Okay, so far not. Let me get some needle nose pliers or something to grab that with, or some. I grab this fuel hose and pull it off of there. Okay, here we go. It's coming off now. All right, so there's the fuel. And so I do believe the tank drains, which is good to know. So I'm going to hook this around here. I'm trying to avoid making a mess. And now I'm going to twist this around where it'll sort of grab onto that hose clamp and bring it up above the level in the bottom of the fuel tank. I'm trying to avoid a bunch of leaks, you know. So now I'm going to snag the pull cord and attach this thing to that. And that's all I'm trying to do is get this fuel line above the tank where it doesn't make a mess. So now I can swing this carburetor off of here and take a look at it and see how bad it is. And to look inside of this, it's probably full of fuel. Feels heavy, so it probably is. Let me turn it sideways and see how much drains out. Oh, none. A bunch of funky stuff up in there. All right, 1/2-inch socket. And let's take a look at this carburetor. It's probably all filthy. Let's see. Let me get some kind of a paper towel in case there's some leakage. Get this ugly thing right here. All right, here we go. Well, there's some fuel. Listen, looks like pretty nasty looking fuel. but that may be what was already left in there. Not necessarily what I put in there, but it looks pretty dark and pretty bad. Let me get another paper towel to help soak all this stuff up. All right, so I'm just soaking up this fuel as best I can. This is not coming out easy, so I got a feeling this is gonna be pretty funky in there. All right, now I can turn it with my fingers and take a look at that. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Those jets are plugged. Those not never gonna run. Let's see if I can get this bowl off now. Let's see how bad it is. It's still got fuel in it. There we go. Come on out of there. I see a new carburetor in this mower's future. Anyway, I'll be using this carburetor again, but I'm just like looking here and see how bad the situation is. All right, here comes some fuel now. Yeah, that's bad. That was a really old, bad-looking fuel. So let me get this mess out of here. All right. Yeah, I don't really want to mess with that carburetor. Maybe I can use that gasket, but they hardly ever come off without tearing up. Yeah, I'm not gonna fool with that. Let me set that over there just to kind of dry out. That's pretty bad. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is, I didn't put much fuel in here. I think I'm going to just drain that out. So let me get my little drain thing. I want to give this mower a chance. Jug here, and now I'm going to swing this fuel line down to get the fuel in here that I just put in, but I didn't put much, so it's no enormous loss. Oh yeah, there must have been some fuel in that tank. Even though I couldn't see it down at the bottom because it's very yellow. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So that's what old fuel looks like, and it's never going to run off of that. So I'm going to get all that out of there. Get all that out of there. Get this silly camera situated. And the fuel is drained out real good. But what I'm going to do is it's still dripping. I'm going to put some more good fuel in here just to kind of wash that out. See, that fuel is clear there. So I think that might actually run a lawnmower. Okay, so when you come back, guys, I'm going to have a brand new carburetor on here, and I'm going to check to make sure it primes, even though somebody's probably misshapen that by screwing in those mounting screws too tight. See how clear that is now coming out? All right. So let's sign off, and when you come back, it'll be a test to see if it primes and see if it runs.